I'm a pretty big fan of Call of Duty multiplayer. Call of Duty multiplayer is a simple and clean-cut way to spend either 10 minutes or 6 hours for me. I enjoy it. Even during my least favorite iterations, I was able to find some fun, some enjoyment, and I want that to continue. But sometimes I think about the larger picture. Do I think Call of Duty should drastically change its multiplayer? No. In fact, my biggest concern for Modern Warfare 4, if that's what it's going to be called, isn't that it might repeat problems from Modern Warfare 2, it's that it will overcorrect and be unrecognizable. In my opinion, Halo is 4v4 with some variation, Call of Duty is 6v6 with some variation, and Battlefield is 64 players with some variation. The core foundational gameplay needs to exist because it has an established fan base, and we would hate it if that just disappeared, if suddenly I didn't have create a class and kill streaks and, 3-lane base design maps that I can, kind of run around and learn and dominate opponents in sort of a high-risk, high-reward setting. I like Call of Duty, is basically the point I'm making here. Not that interesting a point. The actual point of the video, however, is that Call of Duty is missing something, and the broader picture when it comes to keeping people engaged and making Call of Duty relevant, there's some things that Call of Duty is doing absolutely wrong, and in this short video we're going to talk about that. Call of Duty is missing stakes. Right now, Call of Duty does not have a lot of weight to it in its multiplayer. It's too open, it's too freeing, and frankly, CoD players need to get whacked on the nose like a disobedient dog just a little bit. Starting with grinding playlists. Nuketown 24/7, Shipment 24/7, Shoot House 24/7, whatever it might be, needs to be a thing of the past. It needs to show up every weekend, maybe. You could have it be a weekend thing. I don't care. I know that Black Ops 7 was more interesting than Black Ops 6 from the get-go by not having a ton of tiny gunfight maps and a Nuketown playlist. For the first 2 weeks of Black Ops 7, it felt like a CoD game. People make the argument that the grind is too long for certain things and that the game should be more respectful of their time. But in my opinion, you can't make that argument if you're spending all your time in a 24/7 playlist because you're not respecting your own time. You're grinding in the lowest common denominator of playlists to unlock things in a game that apparently you have no time to play. You have no time for CoD multiplayer. You have no time for the camo grind. You have no time for this thing in a game you have no time for. Okay, well the game's out for 12 months, not 12 minutes, so you do actually have a good amount of time to unlock things and pursue things. You don't need to have everything done in a streamer amount of time, in a YouTuber amount of time. You don't need to have everything done by January 1st. And one of the things that's lowering the stakes of Call of Duty's progression is adding in a bunch of tiny map game modes for people that apparently don't have time? I mean, they have time to, get to max prestige just as long as it's through Nuketown or through Shipment or something like that. Do I have to explain why that's an egregious point to make? Do I have to explain the silliness behind that? I don't want to. I don't want to spend too much time on this video on this subject. Let's make decisions for people that play the game, not make decisions for people that don't have time to play the game. Sorry, if you don't have time to play the game at all, then you will be a casual interest anyway. We don't want your playtime. We don't have it anyway. You don't have the time. And this is the only argument I ever really see thrown at my argument. Every time I talk about Nuketown or Shipment being bad for Call of Duty, I am met with, well, some of us don't have the time. Okay, then some of you don't get the stuff as fast as the other people. We need to not give Call of Duty players everything they want all at once all the time because the rest of the game becomes FOMO. You make loading into a larger map a feeling of FOMO when they could just hop into Shipment and get their challenge done immediately. I just got Singularity in Black Ops 7, and for some of the challenges, I didn't know why I wasn't just doing them in Nuketown Hardcore 24/7, because easier game mode, easier map, I can optimize. Why am I, looking for headshots? Why am I looking for long shots when I could just do the predetermined lane, the predetermined autopilot grind that I can just turn on some YouTube and plow through passively? Why not? And playing Call of Duty should not give you the fear of missing out on doing stuff in Call of Duty, and that's what these playlists have really done to us, and they're really bad for us, and they need to get taken away. It's like too much candy before bed. You don't need it. Knock it off. The next thing is cross progression. You do not need to level up your multiplayer rank playing campaign or zombies. It's a different experience. A real person is not trying to hunt you down and kill you. A real person is not struggling through the ups and downs of human experience to play against you. So your level reflects nothing if it's not garnered from one thing. If a level is just the amount of time you have spent in the entirety of the whole game, it doesn't frickin' matter. It's just, wow, I play a lot of Black Ops 7, but that's not what ranks are for. People tell me ranks are meaningless. Well, yeah, currently they are. I had to make Master Prestige mean something for me in Black Ops 7 by avoiding the other two game modes entirely, so that I know I hit that grind by beating real people and winning in real matches. Different ranks should represent different levels of challenge, and I'm sorry, you can't compare a sweaty match of domination in Black Ops 7 to even the highest round of zombies in Zombies. In my opinion, it's not comparable. And don't tell me that it's harder because I see how many of you back out of domination lobbies the moment it even poses a little bit of a challenge. Don't start with me. Again, remember, the point of this video is that we're adding stakes and weight to the Call of Duty multiplayer experience, meaning that everything you do is a little bit more meaningful. So, in case you've lost the plot as to what I'm talking about, 24/7 playlists and cross progression sort of just trivialize the nature of progression. So, moving forward, let's talk classes. Replaying Modern Warfare 3 2011 on stream the other day was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming out. I had like 50 of you watching at one point. Really great numbers for me. I really appreciate it. And while I was streaming, I noticed that the class creation, though being very simple, was really actually quite engaging. I picked like 1 or 2 attachments on my gun, my weapon perk, my blue perk, red perk, yellow perk, my lethal and tactical, my death streak, and my streak package. And it's honestly, again, it's super simple. It's like UMP, kick proficiency, suppressor, assassin, ninja, extreme conditioning, frag grenade, stun, right? Pretty simple stuff. But what was interesting about it is that I couldn't change it mid-game. So whatever I decided had to be for a reason. Oh, my anti-streak class, my flanking run and gun class, my sniper class, my versatile loadout. I was considering all of these things, and I was like, wow, this is a new emotion I haven't felt in a long time. I wonder why. The closest we've got to this is in the Antichrist, and that is Modern Warfare 2's perk system. Yeah, this is egregious, but when you pick a perk package, you have to save it. You get to pick 5 perk packages, and then you save them, and then you can't alter them once you're in a game. So you can have like a flanking one, a stealthy one, a hide from streaks one, a more like resistant one for playing the objective, and you have to pick one. You can change what package you have on your class mid-game, but you can't change what is in the perk package. It's great. It's awesome. And you know, as much as I hate that perk system, I've been kind of saying this since Modern Warfare 2019 introduced mid-match class customization. It's kind of faulty. I think going forward, we should be able to do gunsmith mid-match, but I think our class should be our class. Whether we have a rocket launcher secondary, or have 4 perks or 3 perks, or whatever, I feel like we should have to decide all of that before the match starts. So we have our flanking class, our stealth class, our anti-streak class, our go-to versatile class, you know, stuff like that. That needs to be a part of CoD again, because there's a reason that Call of Duty YouTubers blew up back in the day just by posting best streak class, best class for whatever, you know, because people had to, even with the simple things on offer, had to, you know, overcome option paralysis and make a definitive decision towards a playstyle before loading in. It's what made CoD feel more like an RPG. Now class customization is so fickle and can be done just completely on the fly. I can just equip Cold-Blooded and Ghost and Ninja onto a class I'm using and not worry about it. I can change my proficiency, I can change my attachments, my lethal, my tactical, my secondary's attachments. I can change all of that. You kill me like 3 times with something, I can go, nah, not feeling it. And instead of switching to a class that prepared for that instance, I just can alter my class to specifically tailor myself against you. No planning, no weight in the decision making, and it's something that I think we're all taking for granted because there's no weight in the decision making, and I think that's something Infinity Ward was trying to address in Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 2, like I've pointed out in multiple videos now, Modern Warfare 2 was seemingly a response to how we take a lot of things for granted and are basically given candy and ice cream for breakfast in other CoD games, and they wanted to sort of, I don't know, make us actually think about what we're doing and put a little bit more weight on our decision making. Did it work out perfectly? No, but honestly, good for them. You see, stakes make the game. The reason people like battle royales and extraction shooters, games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring stream so well, is because the player is constantly worried about losing something or making the wrong decision. Call of Duty, when you just can go into shipment 24/7, or use zombies to level up a difficult gun, or when you can just alter your class mid-game, you're not thinking about things ahead of time. You're not making strategies for things in your head. You're not playing the full game. You're sort of just going through the motions. And so your class is kind of whatever. It's sort of just in the way. The attachments are sort of whatever. Just choose the right ones. Oh, this map's kind of longer. I'll put the long barrel on for this map, you know, whatever. You know, it's no, like, decision making. It's just reaction. You can just be a reactionary person, and when you can just react instantly to everything that comes your way, on the one hand, great. I guess no reason to bitch about problems because you can just adapt to them. But on the other hand, aren't we all getting a little bored of being just handed all of this all the time? I think something about it feels fickle. I think the reason people remember Pick 10 so lovingly, despite its issues, Pick 10 was not a perfect create a class system at all, but people remember it fondly because it was present in games that made you actually make definitive decisions instead of just adapting and reacting to every little thing that inconveniences you. I had some people in my Modern Warfare 3 stream, they were quite annoying. They kept pointing out that, you know, Call of Duty makes it too easy to just sort of counter everything. And I disagreed because I felt like some things that they were talking about should be counterable, like flash and tax spam, like concussions, stun grenades, stuff like that. Like that should be counterable. But I do know what they're talking about. I do know that CoD gives you a little too much leeway, a little too much openness. The grind is sort of meaningless. Preparation is sort of unrequired. And I feel like that's what makes Call of Duty multiplayer feel floatier. All right, last one. I think in order to really cement a Call of Duty that isn't floaty, has weighted decision-making and actual stakes that's engaging to watch, our classes have to be entirely made before the match. We can't level up in other easier game modes against AI. We can't defact to small maps like Shipment and Shoot House or Nuketown to, you know, satiate our grind. No, I think we should do one more thing as well, and that is that if you back out of a game, you lose all your progress. You lose all your progress in that match when you back out. Meaning, making a class is a commitment and a decision. Playing a game is a commitment and a decision. Going into multiplayer is its own experience that you can't subvert in some other game mode. I think Call of Duty is based on its simplicity. Small incremental things have massive changes, and these are not only things the series has done before, it's nothing that affects the moment-to-moment gameplay, it just affects the context. These are things that would affect the context of the game, make it feel a little bit heavier, and the people that I think they would lose by doing this are fickle anyway. They need the game to respect their time so much they forgot to respect the game. They don't respect the game. They don't care about what the game is. The game is just a method of farming. The game is just a method of completion. It's not actually a duel between 6 people trying to win out, trying to outsmart each other, outmatch each other, out-aim each other, outshoot each other. It's a method of completionariness, and I think completionariness should be a word because I just used it so effortlessly. Either way, this video's gone on longer than it should have. Thank you so much for watching. If you agree at any point in this video, leave a like. If you disagree at any point, keep it to yourself. I'm sensitive. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.